A man was looking at his reflection in the mirror and he was disgusted with what he saw. His belly was protruding, his face was pale and fat, his eyes were bloodshot. He looked unhealthy and unhappy. "Damn, I need to lose weight," he said to himself. As he turned away from the mirror, a voice echoed through the room, "You are more than your weight." The man froze. He slowly turned back to the mirror and asked, "What did you say?" But there was no one there. Every day when he passed by the mirror, the man heard the same thing. "You are more than your weight." At first, he ignored the voice because he was too embarrassed to talk to himself. But the voice kept coming back every day, and eventually the man had to confront what it was telling him. He began to think about what the voice meant. What does it mean to be more than your weight? "You are more than your weight," the voice repeated, and then it hit him. Of course, he knew the answer, but somehow he'd never really thought about it before. When we think of ourselves, we think of our appearance, how we look, how much we weigh, what size we are. We think of our jobs and our accomplishments. We think of the places we've been and the things we've done. All these things make us who we are, or at least they try to. But according to the voice, none of that is what makes him him. He realized that all those things don't define him. They are just parts of him. They do not make up his whole self. So who are you? He asked himself. This time the voice didn't say anything. It was like it was waiting for him to figure it out on his own, and he did. He realized that he was more than his weight, more than his job, more than the things he had accomplished or hadn't accomplished. He was more than all of that stuff. He was a son, a brother, an uncle, a friend. He was someone's confidant, a shoulder to cry on, a helping hand. He was all those things to so many people, yet he couldn't see any of it. He was too busy looking at himself and hating what he saw that he didn't realize how much more there was to him, how much more he had to offer. The man realized that being overweight wasn't the problem. Hating himself for being overweight was. As long as he continued to hate himself, he would never be happy. He could lose all the weight in the world, but if he didn't like himself, it wouldn't matter. From that day on, the man worked hard to accept himself for who he was. He accepted his weight, his looks, his accomplishments, and his failures. He accepted that he was overweight and that he wasn't as healthy as he could be. And most importantly, he accepted that he was worthy of love and happiness regardless of all those things. As he started to accept himself, he started to see how much more there was to him. He started to see how much he had to offer the world and how much the world had to offer him. He started to see that he was more than his weight, more than his looks, more than his accomplishments or failures. He was more than all of that stuff. He was a son, a brother, an uncle, a friend, a confidant, a shoulder to cry on, a helping hand. He was all those things and so much more, and as he continued to accept himself, he started to feel better about himself. He felt healthier, happier, and more confident. He felt like he could take on the world. So if you're struggling to accept yourself, know that you're not alone. We all struggle with it from time to time. But also know that you're more than your weight, more than your looks, more than your accomplishments or failures. You are more than all of that stuff. You are a son, a daughter, a brother, a sister, a friend, a confidant, a shoulder to cry on, a helping hand. You're all those things and so much more, and as you continue to accept yourself, you will start to feel better about yourself. You will feel healthier, happier, and more confident. You will feel like you can take on the world. If you enjoyed this story, please like and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.